Medicinoholics. Welcome back. It is unfortunate that generally most Nigerians take their health for granted. And even those people that are interested in their health are often too busy and forget to schedule an appointment. Now, as a result of this lack of attention being paid to one's health, adult diseases caused by stress, unsafe diets, being overworked, environmental pollution, lack of exercise, or living in a harmful environment have detrimental effects to the quality of life. In order to help stay healthy and discover any problems early on, periodic medical checkups are very essential to people and relatively free from most health challenges. Now, I'm throwing the question right at you guys and to the viewers. Do you go for medical checkups? Regular medical checkups? How often do you go? If you do at all? It's your view, let it count. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at your view. We'd like to hear your thoughts. Let me start with Tokwe. When last did you go for a medical checkup?
Medical checkup, probably when I went through my delivery, and you're supposed to do that statutory 3 months, 6 weeks after checkup. I've not been to the hospital since then on any official purpose to just check up myself, though. I haven't. That's about almost 2 years right now.
Well,
really?
Yeah, I do.
That's cool.
I do well, I wouldn't say regularly, but I do it occasionally.
Because, wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I do it.
Well, we have grown kids, yeah. You can now, you're at the point where you can now actually think
of yourself.
Right now,
what do you do when you go for checkup? What do you?
Blood pressure, sugar.
Oh yeah.
Can't you do those things yourself?
You can, but
if you have the kits.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I think that's one of our problems in Nigeria.
Eye checkups.
Oh, eye checkup, because that's one of the things, because that's one of the major issues we have, because we kind of already know what the doctor is going to do. BP, you have the machine.
Exactly.
Is it sugar, you have the strip or thing. Then if it's headache, you know it's malaria. If it's malaria, you know it's malaria drug.
The generalization.
We already have an idea. So it's like the idea of, why would I now take that trip to the doctor's office when I already know what he's going to prescribe for me? Yes, Sanzi.
Do I go for medical checkups? Last time I went for a medical checkup was like September. And that was when I had this serious pain in my stomach. I thought my appendix ruptured or something. So I went for a check, and it was just the mini 1 or 2, stomach pains. And
that's not a checkup. That's
treating the symptom.
Yeah.
You already check medical. What were advice advocating for?
I went for a total abdominal check
because you were feeling pain. What we're advocating for is a preventive measure whereby you always know the state of your well-being at every point in time. You know that I am okay, and they can foresee issues when they are at their nip it at the bud. That's
before it's full blown.
Okay, in that case, I don't even like hospitals.
You don't even have a doctor, do you?
No, I don't. But Murayo, let's deal with the foundation of this problem now. Thank God for the advent of insurance, health insurance. But do you realize that one of the basic things insurance abroad provides is an annual medical checkup? But in Nigeria, you don't get that. Your annual medical checkup under your insurance plan in Nigeria, and I'm not talking about the one the office provides for you, I'm talking about the one you get from federal government. And NHIS.
National Health Insurance.
You don't get complete, you go there and they say that you check your eyes, your dental, everything. You don't get it. What they expect you to come for medical checkup is just to treat that you have malaria, they check your blood pressure. That's all, blood pressure and sugar. And that's in their mind.
Major tests, you have to pay for them yourself.
You pay for yourself. What is the use of not having the insurance? Because we really can't afford it. Imagine you want to do a CAT scan. How much would that cost? Which you're supposed to do when you're above.
CAT scan is not. That's expensive.
Once you're above, the idea is once you're above 40. No, the insurance should cover a bit of it. Once you're above 40, yes, they're expected to do such scans because of all cancer, whatever detection.
Those of us that are working though, but for the ones that the government provides, that doesn't mean even abroad. I know there are some expensive procedures that they don't.
Murayo, you should be able to do eye checkup and dental checks. Yeah. Dental check, eye check, that should be like a normal thing you should do at least routinely, twice in a year, eye and dental check. But we don't cover, our insurance should find a way to incorporate it.
Did you take your children out for checkups once in a while?
Yeah, we did eye checkup. All of us went, I think the last holiday.
That's good, that's fantastic.
Yeah, because I have a history of glaucoma in my family, my father. So I know I have to
always
check it.
Yeah, and another thing, do you know of any family historical sickness? Are you aware of any? We don't take note of this thing. Like now they know they are working on.
I do know that diabetes or whatever you call it runs runs in my family. My uncle has it, but my dad so far hasn't had it. So thank you, Jesus. But but then in my family growing up, I didn't really have that medical culture of going to the. I think till I was about 17, I never had to visit the hospital. It was always, you know, self-medication.
We used to pray our way out of it.
Exactly, have faith. My mom would just
If you
hold
have
you and pray.
a headache.
But, and sorry,
Lay your
part of
hand
the
on your
reason is
head.
because these medical bills are so expensive. The average family cannot afford it. Like most times you are sick, and my mom would go to my dad like, "We need to take us out." My dad is like, "Hospital again," you know. And at the end of the day, still self-medication.
The self-medication. Now we need to now talk about self-medication, because when we were growing up, they'll give us like boo.
Yeah.
They'll give us all sorts of funny.
All sort of things.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, how come we never died?
No,
but really, I think generally, medical checkups, we should encourage it, because there are a lot of symptoms, medical symptoms that don't, there are a lot of diseases that do not have symptoms.
True.
So the only ways
But those ones,
to do medical
those
checkups.
ones, those checkmate things that they sell, those things those women always sell. All these men, all these
those Okpayin.
all those kind of things.
All mixed
How
together.
come they take
They
it and
work.
according to them, they say that it works for them.
It works
I
for
wonder,
them.
but how come?
These are native traditional herbs that are mixed together with alcohol.
So with that, people now don't go to medical
And they
checkups.
get temporary relief
Exactly.
from that pain. But you see, the medical checkup helps you find out the source of the pain,
source of it.
and you can then get totally
Let
cured.
me take Adewale from
Okay.
Maryland. Good morning, Adewale. Are you there?
Hey, good morning, Mariah.
How are you doing? When was the last time you went for medical checkup?
Oh. No, not that I didn't went for medical checkup, but what I didn't like is that going to hospital every time, diagnosing a lot of things every time we went to hospital. That's why I hate about hospital. But about the opinion and this thing, it's not good for our head.
It's not good,
Especially
Abi.
in that alcoholic department of that, because it does a lot of damage to my system.
Exactly.
Until I went for hospital in India. I went for some surgery in India. And I conducted some tests, and I discovered that alcoholic in that aspect has done a lot of bad things to my head. Since then, I stopped. I even advise people to stop this or buying all this.
It's like they're killing themselves
on the road. I want to talk about this the headline of that newspaper that will in that River State, saying that they have banned any rally in River State. After GDI, I've already succeeded campaign the whole local government of River State. When state government now started their own, just about a week or 2 weeks, they said they have banned all the political rally in River State. I think it's not good for our political alignment in this country. We have to do something about it. They have to transfer in from that River State to Boronu to go and fight Boko Haram in Boronu. If you know he's a decent policeman. Because the way he's behaving in River State, I was in River last week.
All right. Thank you, Adewale.
About River State is not good at all.
Thank you very much, Adewale. Thank you. Yes, talk about it.
He said two things that I just noted. One, the cost of when you go to the you go for the medical checkup and they give you all the sicknesses in your body, and the cost of you treating all those sicknesses will be so much. I've been complaining to you that I'm feeling weak, my eyes are aching and all that. I'm so scared of going to the hospital. I don't want to tell him that I have one big named disease.
Exactly. See,
So
I was
we're
going to come to
scared
that
of.
Software, because one of the arguments also is the fact that people would rather just not know.
Honestly,
Because if I go to the hospital and now find out like, wait, I have
Something,
XYZ,
something, something.
you come out
in fact, you start dying.
and you're already killing yourself inside with
But
that
the
mindset.
fact that you're just living and you're okay, you're just, you prefer. Now, you're not Nigerians prefer that.
Let's now wait. I know someone who, at 43, very healthy, she uses my services. And I saw her just a few days back. She went to church. That was like 3 years ago. She went to church, and when she came, I said, I was having a headache, and she went to the hospital, and within an hour, she died. Said that there was a blood clot, and she had high blood pressure, but she didn't know.
Thrombosis.
Now, I know she's been complaining of, okay, I'm having a headache. She's always complaining about it, but she likes to live in ignorance, and at the end, lost her life. So I think we should let people know that, yeah, even I'm going to take this advice, and I'm going to go to the hospital to get myself checked up, because you cannot afford to live with symptoms, and then that would end up accumulating into sudden death. That's why we hear people say, it was okay yesterday, I just saw him, and they just said he slumped and he died. We should really avoid that.
He just slumped and
Slumped and died, because we don't go for, we keep treating symptoms, especially those herbs. Because if we spoke about the alcohol
listen, this is my argument, okay? I'm not against medical checkup, okay? I run it once in a long while, you know, but then we're advising people to go for constant medical checkup. A situation whereby you go for a medical checkup and let's say they find something wrong with you and it requires treatment. Let's say you go for a lab test or so, a checkup that is about 15,000 naira or 20,000 naira, and then they discover a sickness that is about 500,000 naira, requires surgery and all of that. Where is the money going to come from?
Whichever way, whether you treat it,
and you're dead.
Whether you
because they won't even treat you if you don't pay the money.
Whether you know or not.
Rodia, both ways you're dead. So you choose
So
whether you
I think
pay
it's that
the
you
money.
know, so they cannot.
Rodia, good morning, are you
So
there?
stay home and enjoy with family than on a sick
Rodia,
bed.
thanks for calling. Are you there?
Good morning, Mario.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I want to commend you for this, your work. I really appreciate it. And I thought you have politicized this, your program before. I'm very happy now that you've invited all my sister in as a Muslim.
Oh, okay.
And I hope one day I'll become one of your guests also.
Okay.
About your topic, sometimes when you don't, it is very good for us to go for checkup. But when you detect an ailment in you, sometimes it's facing somebody's death. You start thinking that God. But sometimes when you don't, when you just go freely about that, you know that there's nothing wrong with you, that you have not went for checkup, and you still live a lively life. You'll be lively, and you'll keep on doing your normal day job.
Okay.
But the moment you just discover that you have one ailment in you,
Yes. It begins to affect you
thinking.
emotionally. All right.
So
Thanks so much, Rodia. Appreciate your call.
all right.
Tweets.
Yeah, let's see some tweets.
Okay, Oyekunle Oluwatobi said, our economy does not give room for medical checkups. And Josephine Olatunde said, I lost a friend to high blood pressure. He looked really healthy when he came over for my fried rice, and 2 days later he was gone because his blood pressure was like 180/140. That's
High, very high.
And Princess Ademikpe said, Morayo, if you say the herbs work, have you considered the rate at which people are down with kidney and liver diseases? Most of these things do more harm than good. And Nia Young said, yes, life is all about management, so one needs to learn how to manage one's health. You should not wait until something happens.
Okay, fantastic. I think one of the points you made concerning the I just lost him.
I know that feeling.
Alcohols, we need to let people know that when you're taking those herbs on the road, please stay away from the alcoholic ones, because as much as the herbs would work,
Stop taking herbs.
herbs work, Morayo, and they can give you
when they're properly prescribed.
Temporary relief.
So if you want to take native or traditional medicine, use those ones like the popular ones. Let me not market brands, but they're ones that have gone through NAFDAC screening that won't harm you.
Exactly.
And they are not, most
Do
of
herbs
those ones.
go through NAFDAC screening?
Yeah, there's some herbs that have
I
gone
think there's
through
some
it.
other
ones.
mention the brand. Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of
Some
brands
other
that have gone
ones.
through. I'll tell you
Let
behind
me
the
take
show.
Oluyinka
that have gone
call.
through
Good morning, Oluyinka.
screening.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Good morning, Morayo.
Good morning.
And I greet all the ladies in the yard bridges.
Yeah.
I pray you will join the yard bridges.
Yes.
I'm tapping the anointing.
Exactly.
I like your program, your program, but I want to tell you about something in the papers on Sunday, Punch,
Okay.
pages 16 and 17, about the diseased cows that they are giving us Lagosians to eat. Please, I would like you to talk about it
What's
and
that?
draw the
Diseased cow.
Yeah, I saw it
attention
on
of
there is a
government,
newspaper.
Lagos State government to it. Punch, Saturday Punch.
Out to the point. Okay,
16 and
we'll
17.
check it out. The disease.
No, I think it was dead or something. You know how
Yes.
Nigerians are now. They just went and
Dead
then
cows
scavenged.
and all that. Please. It's part
All
of
right.
why we should check our health seriously.
Yes. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
very much.
Olayinka. I really appreciate your call.
How cruel can people be?
To serve. You were saying about when you discover the symptoms. Sorry, I'm taking yours back into it. When you discover symptoms and you think ignorance, it's better to be in ignorance. I think we can go spiritual and say we want to pray about it, but what are you praying about? If you have cancer and you're praying about headache, for me, I just think when you have the clear information, you have a clear head, you know this is what you're facing.
And what's that
It guides
thing?
your prayer.
I don't know how we Muslims say that thing. Christians are like, I'm very strong. Oh, I'm very strong. What's that? I'm like, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. You're very
It's called
strong.
faith in action.
They're always
Exactly.
constantly confessing positivity. And you are dying inside,
Inside.
and you're on the sick bed. And say, I'm strong, dear me.
I think
And they
but
just
it's good
use-
to remain positive. But if you're just saying it and not actually meaning it, because we can say, how are you feeling? I'm fine. But you're not feeling
Inside
fine.
you, you're not
don't
fine.
even believe that you're feeling fine. And you just say it as a default. If you say I'm strong as a default, it's a different thing from what it was meant to be, which is a confession that I am
The
strong.
point I was trying to make anyway is that Nigerians should confess positive things. However, you
Deal
must
with
go
it.
do your medical checkup.
the rightful
Point blank.
thing.
All right, we need to move on. Ear infections and treatment is next on Let's Talk. Stay with us, we'll be right back.